Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be customizing the Truffade Thrax in Grand Theft Auto Online. This thing is on sale this week, so I figured now was a good time to give it a customization. I have kind of an idea in mind, so we're going to hop right into this. Starting off with the armor, we're going to go all the way up on that. For the brakes, we're going to go all the way up on those as well. For the bumpers, we do have front and rear bumper options for this vehicle. I'm kind of thinking that I almost want to keep the stock front bumper on this for right now at least. For the rear bumper, I do want to go for the primary diffuser. I do like the look of that. For the engine, we're going to go all the way up, of course. For the exhaust, we have a lot of different options that we can pick here. I do really like the look of the gold surrounding the exhaust. I think that is a great look for this car, and it's really unique. I think though that I want to go for the carbon big bore exhausts on this particular car, so let's do that. For the grille on this thing, we have a few different options. I'm not a big fan of any of them. I think they all kind of look a little bit bad if I'm being honest. So we are going to avoid putting a different grille on the car. Now, before we get into anything else, I'm going to go down to the respray and we're going to change the primary color just so that we can see the difference between the primary and the secondary when we go through these hood options. So let's make the primary color silver for right now. We'll figure this out after. So for the hood, we have the Truffade logo, which is a very simple mod that I really do like on this car. We also have the secondary vents as well as the secondary hood. We have the carbon vents, of course, the secondary stripe, or of course the primary stripe as well. We also have the carbon with the primary stripe or the classic with secondary vents. We have the secondary ribbed vents as well, the classic with vents, the carbon sports hood, and the carbon sports with vents. We also have the primary sports with vents, and of course the secondary sport with vents as well, and back to stock. So I think that I would like to go for one of these options, like the primary stripe or the secondary stripe. I think the primary looks a little better, so we're gonna go for that option. For the lights, we are going to equip xenon headlights on this thing. For the livery, the neon kit, we could add one onto the car. I'm not a super big fan of it though, so I think we're going to leave it off on this thing. For the livery, we do have quite a few different options here. We have the black stripe with the black vents, which I think is pretty cool. That's definitely a pretty decent looking livery in my opinion. We also have the yellow accents livery. I think that this does look really great. We have the black stripe livery as well. We have the Crowax livery. We have the Pisswasser livery as well. The Globe Oil livery, the DUGG, the Rimmers, and of course the Sprunk livery. I don't know that I want to put a livery on this vehicle today. I think we're actually going to leave it off. For the plate, we're going to go yellow on black. For the respray of the car, I do not know what to do for this thing. I've previously gone for an olive green, and you guys have probably seen the customization battle by now from yesterday, and I went for a white primary and a ultra blue secondary, so I kind of don't want to go for something like that again because obviously I just used it. So we're gonna see what we can do here. I'm wondering about going for some sort of a brown color. If you guys didn't see, NPC's Bugatti was brown yesterday, and I think that it actually looked really good. So maybe we go for like maybe a bleached brown. I kind of like the look of that, honestly. Let's go for bleached brown for the primary color, and for the secondary color, ooh, maybe a black. Black looks lethal on this thing. I do really like the look of that. Could also maybe go for like a dark blue for the secondary, like a galaxy blue. That kind of looks sick, honestly. You know what? I'm gonna put galaxy blue on for the secondary, but for the primary, I'm actually gonna change it to my crew color. Oh, that looks crazy. I really like the look of that. Let's go for that. Let's actually remove the pearlescent though. Not a super big fan of that pearlescent, so let's take that off. This looks really mean though. I really like the look of that. Okay, I'm happy with that. For the roll cage, I don't really want to add one, so we're just gonna leave that off. For the side panel here, we can change what color this is. I actually do like it in the primary. It also looks okay in secondary. The carbon is good too, same with the vented side panel. or the carbon vented side panel, but I think that I want to make it the primary color. And then for the spoiler, we have a few different options here. Obviously we can go for well, any of them really. I think that the best looking ones though that match up with the body color are the probably the aggressive spoiler and the sports spoiler. I think I'm going to go for the aggressive spoiler though. I like the look of that a lot. Raised transmission, let's do that. For the trim on this thing, we could go primary, we could also go for the secondary color, or of course carbon. I think that the primary looks sick, so I'm going to go for that. Turbo, let's add that onto the car as well. For the wheels, I love the stock wheels on this car. I think that they look so good, but I think that we're gonna have to switch them, unfortunately, because I would like to color them, and I don't really want to do the stock wheel color glitch at the moment. So we're gonna have to compromise and just switch them up. I'm not sure what I want to go for though. It does look really good with the high fives on it, I won't lie. What about in the street category here? I could go concave mega mesh. I don't feel like those really fit though, so we'll avoid that. We have the hyper fresh, they look pretty good. We got the Truffade concave, which actually fit with, you know, it being a Truffade. I just don't think that they look that great particularly. We have the Mercy concave as well. Don't really love those either. What about going for maybe the Cheetah RRs or the Solars? I don't really think they fit too well either. I don't know what to go for with this thing. Maybe in the sport category we can find something. I feel like the regular Mercies actually look really good. Could go for those. Could also go for the synthetic Zs as well. Those are pretty nice looking, I feel like. I think we're gonna go for the Mercies. I think that they're the best looking rim that I've seen so far, so let's go for those. For the color of them, I think that I want to go for something a little bit different, maybe like a stone silver, just to add another color onto the vehicle. I feel like that would look pretty good. Could maybe go for like a copper or a bronze or something though. Ooh, you know what? The bronze is not bad. What about... Oh, wait a second. I might have an idea here. What if we go for the gold wheels? Let's bulletproof the tires as well, and let's also tint the windows all the way out. But then when we go back to the exhaust, what if we go for the gold big bore? Oh man, that looks super good in my opinion. I'm really happy with how that looks. Let's keep that, boys. I think that looks fantastic. Let's take this thing down to the ground. We're gonna do a sound test and of course a full review on this vehicle. Oh, it looks super good in the sunlight. That crew color of mine, that's the minty sort of green, I feel like it looks really good. I'm happy with this. Let's take a listen to this car. Sounds pretty good in my opinion. Not the best sounding car ever, that's for sure. The interior on this thing, it's not bad. It's a little basic, but it definitely looks good, I would say. I'm actually shocked that you can't do the trim color on this thing, unless I missed that, but I don't think that I did. The trim color would have been a nice option to have for this vehicle, I think, but you know what, that's okay. Doesn't need to get changed, I don't think. Black definitely looks pretty solid. Kind of smoked that Granger, that's kind of less than ideal, but you know what, that's okay. So the Truffade Thrax, this is one of the fastest supercars in the entire game, especially on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Basically any platform that doesn't have access to the HSW upgrades. This is going to be a top 10 fastest supercar in the game around a circuit. It's very competitive, this car. However, on the new gen platforms that have HSW, this is probably no longer a top 10 fastest supercar. I would place this thing on PC at probably number 6, I would think, maybe number 7. It's pretty good, and especially with the handling of the vehicle, it's absolutely fantastic. So definitely this vehicle is more suited for twistier circuits, I would say. It's not super good in a straight line because its top speed is not that high. I believe it's about 125 miles per hour, which isn't super high for this supercars category. The Adder, I know, has a top speed of about 126, so it's a little bit faster in a straight line overall than the Thrax. Maybe not acceleration wise, but definitely top speed wise. I think the Adder is just a little superior, so that is kind of sad. I do think that the Thrax is definitely a great car to have though, and while it's on sale this week, if you guys are watching this when this video comes out, it is definitely a car that I would recommend picking up. It's a fantastic vehicle overall, and it could potentially win you some races if you're using it on the right circuit. Again, don't use this on a straightaway heavy circuit. You will probably lose with the Thrax. But on a twisty circuit, the Thrax will be very, very good. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Truffade Thrax. I do think that this is a fantastic car, and it definitely is a purchasable one for this week. I would say it's on sale for about $1.6 million, which I think is an extremely fair price considering the overall performance you get with this vehicle. So pick this thing up if you guys have some money laying around this week and you're looking for a new supercar. Definitely a great one to pick up. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for the customization and review on the Truffade Thrax and Grand Theft Auto Online. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated, if not dislike. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.